Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the stream. So, today, we're starting a new game, guys. It's been a little while. We finally finished Arkham Horror. We're still going through Cadence of Hyrule, finishing off the DLC for Symphony of the Mask, but I wanted to end 2021 with another game. I wanted to end it with Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. So this will continue on into the next year. I've heard a lot about this game. I've seen a few videos on it before, but I've never actually watched the whole game before. I've just seen like little bits and clips, like funny things from like Game Grumps and stuff like that. So I hope everybody's going to enjoy this one. I know I've heard, like I said, I've heard a lot of really, really good stuff about this game. So, yeah, let's get right into it. I'm going to warn people already because most of my posts out to social media go to places where I know that gamers tend to congregate. And a lot of gamers have probably already heard a lot about this game. For those of you who are not gamers, who do not know what this is, this is a horror game, FYI. So just letting you all know. Yeah, so this game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. If you have little ones watching with you, I highly recommend that you find either A, something else for them to do, or B, go find something else to go play a board game with them or something. Watch this later on your own time. Yeah, individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience from playing this game. So, warning, I do have anxiety. I do not have depression, but I do have anxiety. No, I do not. I know enough about this game to know kind of what it's about. If for any reason I need to step away from this game, I do have a be right back screen that kind of lets you guys know that I need to take a time out from this game. Just as a warning. Yeah. So let's check out the settings really quick here. Text speed, auto forward, dialog box. I mean, I think all this is fine. Alright, sure. Come on, as if it wasn't obvious from my username. Alright. Hey Al, welcome to the stream, buddy. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention that she might draw to herself. The girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I'd get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better running away. Wow! Is this my character? He's a jerk. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Okay, well. I overslept again! But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the pro tag isn't great. Okay, I'm glad to know that. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think that we're a couple or something. Why? Embrace your weirdness. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. That's actually how I am. I don't ever like being mean to people. I don't like being mean. It's mean. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students, making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Wow, you're not kidding. The protagonist is a jerk. I don't like this guy. I wish I could change personalities. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And that's unhealthy. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What's a NEET? You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. This right here, this is a classic example of like a really poor friendship. Like, girl, go get an actual friend. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Seriously? Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? Carefree, she cares about you, you jerk. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. Oh God, I wish school had been like that. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Is this the game of, like, awful relationships? Is that what this is? You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to join your club. Meanie. That is mean. Well, it depends. It doesn't say... Oh, there it is. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Ooh, cupcakes! Wait, cupcakes? Don't make promises you can't keep. That's true. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Yeah, that's how I feel right now. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yeah, let's go. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I didn't agree to join. I told you don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Sean, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. I'm horrified, guys, already. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. That's why they put the 18 warning in the beginning of this game, isn't it? What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. Wait, I do? It's great to see you again, Sean. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Dude, around cupcakes? Come on, I get excited. I love cupcakes. Alright, chat, what's your favorite kind of cupcake? Then how about I make some tea as well? Dude, you have a school where you can just, like, make tea? Nice. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Lemon cupcakes. I see lemon cupcakes in the chat. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! I don't know how to pronounce that. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. I can see why my wife likes this game. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! Actually, it does sound cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around on my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. Sayori said... Well, maybe. But not for, you, dummy. Is this tsundere? Is that what this... Okay, it is tsundere. Thank you. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? It actually does. I guess? Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. And that's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, this seems like a very different kind of game. I know what it is. I'm waiting for the ball to drop here. I believe you. Well, tea and reading may not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. The art in this is really good, I will say that. I love the art. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. So I can read manga based on video games, right? Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Were you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. Darn right. Darn Skippy. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. Hey, I like literature. Depending on what I'm reading. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. This is weird doing the voices for all 5 people. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these 3. Maybe that's why they were also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Sean, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, Kat Gary and I was president of the book club back in high school. Okay, I know certain things about this game. I'm wondering if I should be concerned now. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. There's nothing wrong with reading manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Okay, I'm totally into that kind of stuff. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. Oh, please tell me we're actually paying attention to her. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. I've known a lot of people like that. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. That's what makes me scared about playing this game. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? This has got to be foreshadowing here. The writers know what they're doing. I'm frightened, guys. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh no. I read a horror book once. Yeah, so did I, and I never read it again. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Yeah, she is. You're a jerk. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! I've known a lot of people like that, too. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. It is. There actually is kind of a... I don't know, I guess a craft to doing poetry. It's kind of nice. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. ... I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Awkward. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. Oh, and the music all just got quiet. Oh, there it goes. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. Yeah, having those four faces looking at you all at the same time? No, that's That's not when you say, hey, yeah, I'm still looking at other clubs. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, oh, Sean. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is a price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, God, this guy is just... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. It's like Christmas in here now. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. But they're cupcakes! Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remembers tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star of Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Dude, literature clubs are cool. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Oh, wow, that's... Okay. So wait, I'm just picking words. I'm not like... So just pick words that I think go with whoever. I mean, okay, Sayori is my best friend and all, but she seems like super clingy and unhealthy. Natsuki seems tsundere and like she'd beat the crap out of me. I don't know. Okay. Okay, let's just go over the words here. What do we got? Tears, misfortune, vertigo, forgive, charm, embrace, cute, nibble, memories, and vanilla. Let's go with vanilla. Summer, amazing, love, smile, heart, unrequited, fickle, beauty, lucky, bunny. Oh, I kind of have to pick bunny. It's my wife's nickname for me. Alright. Oh, the one who bounces is the one who likes the word? After image? Wait, is it... Do they bounce after you select the word, or are you just talking about like the ones that are bouncing now? After you select the word? Okay. So passion, sensation, captive, color, swimsuit, vibrant, excitement, wrath. Ooh. After image and play. Oh, I love play. Okay. Dark, dream, defeat, bliss, pop of flying feather, sunny, lollipop, pure. Good dream. Horror, dazzle, insight, meager, unstable, uncontrollable, alone, whirlwind, wonderful, pain. Let's go with insight. Insight check, D&D. Parfait, nightgown, laugh, explode, peace, marriage, chocolate, vitality, vivid, disoriented. Let's go with laugh. Everybody likes to laugh, right? Playground, covet, shame, sadness, fireflies, together, breathe, anger, aura, graveyard. Let's go with breathe. Philosophy, analysis, awesome, adventure, clouds, desire, flower, disown, bubbles, and fallible. Let's go with adventure. It's adventure! Ribbon, clumsy, variance, uncanny, death, kitty, infinite, pink, sunset, sweet. Oh, I love sunsets. Family, marshmallow, romance, anxiety, contamination, bouncy, music, disarray, friends, misery. Bouncy. Dance, eternity, party, frightening, heartbeat, climax, jump, tenacious, question, nature. Question. Destiny, jumpy, doki doki, sing, ocean, heaven sent, atone, rain cloud, sugar, agonizing. Wait a minute, what's doki doki? Can anybody in the chat tell me what doki doki means? Doki Doki's like a heartbeat? Let's go with Doki Doki. It's the name of the game. Email, poof, fun, extreme, hope, pout, extraordinary, kawaii, journey, prayer. I know kawaii means cute. We'll go with kawaii. Fester, sparkle, twirl, existence, massacre, suicide, bed, shopping, whisper, candy. I'm actually between whisper and candy. Grief, despise, games. Sorry, games. I don't even have to read the other ones. I will still. Broken, essence, intellectual, incongruent, disaster, strawberry, skirt. Crimson, calm, happiness, kiss, hurt, peaceful, tragedy, loud, special, promise. Promise. Joy, mouse, hop, precious, unending, rainbow, giggle, socks, unrestrained, vivacious. I have to go with mouse only because I did a poem a long time ago in a poetry class that was about a mouse that was stealing cheese from an old man who lived on a lane. Long story. I'll tell you guys another time. Fluffy, fear, boop, rose, warm, fantasy. We got fantasy. Electricity, starscape, headphones, and treasure. Going with fantasy. Puppy, cry, cheeks, milk, effulgent. I did say that. Yeah, effulgent. Skipping, landscape, whistle, lazy, and scars. I love puppies. Cheer, universe, incapable, empty, silly, comfort, hair, sticky, vacation, hopeless. Go with vacation. Hi again. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sari told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. True. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Sean always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Sean could become good friends too. Sayori. Huh? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. Okay, that's not a bad way of seeing it. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. Okay, I like her the most now. Sorry, somebody who picks out books for you, those people are awesome. Keep them close. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. Also good. But we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? Because some girls just have the ability to do this. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Okay, well, I guess we have to read it. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed at something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just going to mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. No, just... If you like manga, guys. Enjoy it. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. Doki Doki is like a heartbeat. I think Natsuki got the most bounces. Oh, really? Okay. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. Oh, you got problems, girl. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic, or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. I like that line. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. It is true. It's not the words you say, it is how you say them. But I'll tell you one thing. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. Cat Gary, and it's so satisfying to see a smoothly completed collection of manga on a shelf. That is true. We do have the full complete collections for, what is it, Fruits Basket and one other one. And seeing the whole Fruits Basket series lined up is amazing. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe? Moe? It's moe. Okay, Kat, you have to translate for me again. Moe? Moe is a word for archetype characters. Okay. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. Come on, I haven't been in the closet for years. I joke. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? No, they wouldn't. Sitting next to the window is much better. I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easier to be closer together like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder and much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? Huh? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I don't know, I do. I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop, but that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories, and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There's so many touching parts. Is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. That was a good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but Is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got into this manga. Manga. Not manga. Manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Oh yeah. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. Yeah, manga does tend to go pretty quick. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Huh? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. She doesn't have any friends, does she? Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. Okay, that makes sense. I can't even bring it out with them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. Okay, those aren't like... Wow. This is the game of unhealthy relationships. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. Oh, really? But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Yeah, yikes! Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off at the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? That's enough. Are you going to keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. Being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it toward Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monica just said... don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Eh? Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish it if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow. I only got part way through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Cat Gary and I can read a manga in 15 minutes. How slow does he read? It depends on the manga, I guess. Like, depends on how big they are. Like, I know for a fact you own one that would probably take me at least a couple, like 2 hours. But it's because it's a really, it's a very thick manga. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri are reluctantly complying as... I can't talk. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? I mean, Natsuki seems like the small, violent, explosive type. Sayori seems like the way overly clingy type. Yuri seems kind of cool, but, I mean, Monica? I mean, she's the one who came up with the idea, but Yuri was, no, it was Natsuki was the one who wrote poetry first, and it was kind of used as a way to, get her to share. But Monica came up with the idea. Let's go with Monica. Because we really haven't had much of a chance to actually talk to Monica directly. I should start with Monica. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Also a good point. And I apologize, guys, if I had to take a minute to, pause, because I'm eating oranges to make sure I'm just, nibbling something. Hi, Sean. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of burial that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, geez. I don't know. It kind of makes you think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. God, this is awkward. Yep. There are lots of poems or stories out there that are more than a few simple words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find this kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be just a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you with whatever suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ha ha ha. Oh God. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Ooh. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor. An angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. Ooh. Oh. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Ooh, that is kind of deep, actually. I like that one. And yes, thank you, Kat, for reminding me, yes. You know, for everybody else in the chat, by the way, too, stay hydrated. Remember, if you guys are watching this or, you know, just listening in or whatever, make sure you're staying hydrated. Make sure you get something to drink. We're about an hour in, so we got about another hour to go, roughly. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Haha, it's okay. Actually, I am the right person to ask for feedback. And that was actually a very good poem. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. That actually is a true writing point, guys. If you are trying to write something, just regurgitate anything you can onto the paper and then go back and edit later. Number one, it's way more fun. Number two, you actually get the writing done. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. God, it's like listening to a recording. like a commercial. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, she mentioned Natsuki, so let's show it to Natsuki. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing it in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, I remember how I said I wanted to read your poems. That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, huh, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Or... Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. I told you that you weren't going to like it. I like it. But, just be honest. I am. Actually, I do like it. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Okay, Kat, I gotta ask you, like, do I get the option to make other... never mind, I'm assuming I do get the chance to make options, or pick options throughout this game. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. No, it doesn't. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. See, that's what I thought the poem was about. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then it made it fall flat on purpose. It really helps bring out the feeling in the last line. Sorry, I'm having a glitch every so often when I try to talk. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Let's go with Yuri. Shy face. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. It's like she's a computer. Just process compute. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? Actually, yes, I did. I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice it's been several minutes, and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are really usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a single poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else at the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Oh, sorry, different type of handwriting. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Huh. Okay. I'm keeping my thoughts to myself on that one. Just like I am with the others. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. Girl, your handwriting is way better than mine. Way better than mine. Al, BRB, need to check on something outside and it's snowing again. Okay, dude. Enjoy. Be safe walking. You know, don't slip. Yeah, it's snowing here too, actually, so it's kind of a nice night for a stream night. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, and neither am I. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. Yeah, I think actually probably one of the better poems I wrote was like, I don't know, 8 to 10 lines. I wrote it in like 15 minutes. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hoo-hoo? Wait, is that supposed to be hoo-hoo, or is it supposed to be uh-huh? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Yeah, you did miss the point, dude. I wish I hadn't named the character Sean. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express... Wait a minute.
She said a moment ago that I took too long reading it, so she was like concerned. Now she says I was reading through it too fast? But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. This is all foreshadowing, I'm assuming, like, for what's coming up. Some of these poems are a little on the dark side already. And I know what kind of game this is, guys. Warning, anybody who hasn't watched this yet, if you are just now picking this up, this is a horror game. So I know that there's going to be some sort of weird twist. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know there's going to be a weird twist somewhere. It's a horror game. I got anxiety. Okay, I'm counting on you. Who should I show my poem to next? Wouldn't it be hilarious if we could just skip Sayori and just say, forget it? It'd be really cruel, but still. Sorry, another orange. This is a good poem. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of this club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room? Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Welcome back, Al. No trash pickup today? Yeah, I'm not surprised. A lot of stuff in your accounting closed down today. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleep from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away our rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Ooh. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. I keep telling you guys, these are getting dark. Use your D&D role-playing skills to bring these characters to life.
Yes,
no,
please.
I promised my wife I would not do voices.
Oh, but...
Sorry, she's in the room now. You made me promise I wouldn't do voices.
Okay, but I didn't want you to do squirrel voices.
Okay, guys, these are all, like, young women. I have a baritone voice. So,
I mean, I'll try and do, like, voice inflections where I can and stuff. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? Oh! Ouch!
Oh, he's
Oh.
so bad. He's
I-
so bad.
I don't like the protagonist.
I don't blame you.
I don't. No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Wow. Guys, I hate this protagonist. I usually, like, God, I just want to punch him. Repeatedly. Why? Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Oh my god, guys, what am I playing? I know it's a horror game, but what am I playing? Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. That's true. Don't skip breakfast. I get all cranky. So do I. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. You're right, she's totally precious. You're playing a take on a dating sim. Yeah, with horror elements. Well, I guess I look forward to it. You guess? God, he's such a jerk. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Or your just awful person skills. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked somebody who actually liked it. No, you ask critics because they don't like it in some cases. Anyways, which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Sean did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Sean liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I...
You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Sean appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Yeah, I know, I can tell that the music changed. Huh, and how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs Seriously? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Sean started showing up. Natsuki! I actually seriously did not like... That didn't... Wait. I'm having to pay more attention to the art now. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Oh, both of them? I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Sean, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also just a waste. You understand that, right? Well... How did I get dragged into this in the first place? By playing this game. It's not like I know anything about writing. Not true. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Oh, no. No. I can't pick Sayori. I can't. Oh. Okay. I feel like my wife. My wife is highly indecisive. And now I know what it feels like to be her. I love you, dear. Okay, see, the thing is... Yes, now I know how it feels. Okay, here's the thing. I don't want to pick Sayori, but I might have to, because admittedly, both girls are right. Like, legit, both of them are right. To a certain... Well, okay. They're not 100% right. Because, like Yuri said, well, the only way to do it is... And Natsuki is very, very focused on, like, very, very simple, while Yuri wants to use, like, deep language and imagery, which... The thing is I've written poetry that is both. I have won awards on simple poetry, and I have received recognition on my much more convoluted poetry. So... Yeah, they're both right and both wrong. I don't want to be rude to either one of them. But yeah, Yeah, help me, Sayori. Sorry. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri... But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori? Eh? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. Good luck. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because there's me in the room. Also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Why are you paying attention? Okay. Big and beautiful. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is vice president, I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me. Nah. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. I don't like that. I don't like that line. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? There was a fight in the club. It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Sean, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those that I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Sean, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. I know. I can't do a super I can't. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Sean, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone else is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Dude, you just met these girls. Well, okay, except for Monica and Sayori. You just met the other two. We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. God, what a jerk. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Alright. Okay, I gotta pick games. Oh. I'm not gonna like word all these out. I'm picking the words that I really like the most. Ooh, blanket. I like blankets. Fallible candy, climax laugh. I just said I wasn't going to. Then I just started reading them out. Marshmallow. Ooh, heaven sent. Good word. And fireworks, actually. Bubbles. Let's go with bubbles. And ooh, judgment sounds cool. Actually, passion. Passion was a nice one. Okay, it's Doki Doki Literature Club, guys. We gotta pick Doki Doki. Vivacious. You know, we haven't really picked any sad words. I kind of want to pick a sad word. Melancholy. And hey, it was just a holiday recently. Holiday, guys. With it snowing outside, blankets are a must. Yeah, dude, you should have seen. Our bed was just totally covered last night in blankets. Okay, how am I supposed to, like, save, by the way? Oh, there. Save. Okay. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Sean. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. You know, I know that this is not a typical horror game, but I would seriously, like, if there was a monster chasing me in this game, I would stop dead just to watch this protagonist die over and over and over. Just because I don't like him. I read a book a couple of years ago by somebody where I absolutely hated the protagonist in the book. And unfortunately, I know the author personally. And they published this book, and it was a zombie apocalypse type book. And the only thing I could find myself hoping for every time I turned the page was, when is this character going to die? Unfortunately, the character never does. But I was just hoping and praying that that character was going to die. That's how I feel about this game right now. Yes, Kat knows which one I'm talking about. It was terrible. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? Snacks? No! Go with her to buy snacks! You... Eh?
That's not like you at all. Yeah, it's not like me. You fool. Go and get snacks. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? What? Eh? Why that? All of a sudden. Oh, she broke. No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. Al, if you are saying you're curious about that book, dude, I don't want to subject you to it. It was just bad, okay? It was not good. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. Actually, that is pretty clever. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. On one hand, I'm with him. On the other hand, it's just like, dude, you were a jerk. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. Wait. Oh, never mind, okay. I wasn't listening or anything. Yes, you were, you liar. It was just something in my book. You lie, Yuri. Tell Sean to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. Actually, that was really cute and funny. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Wait a minute. There we are, retribution. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Oh, don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Pwah! Kya! Ow. What was... Eh? A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. It's Natsuki. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Yeah, it was. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. You're supposed to eat it. Yeah, geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate.
Yeah? Why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. You got free cookie, lady. You got a free cookie. Stop complaining. Still, I'm really happy you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Seriously? Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Ugh. Where's Monica anyways? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. No. If you got a club or an interest or something like that, no. People have their own separate interests. It's fine. Jeez. The boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monica. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. It does, actually. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down. Why me specifically? Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to see her once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Man, looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down to the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me. But I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably going to seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori's taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Huh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? Food will bring anyone to an event. Oh yes. Just cut up a pie and you're good to go, guys. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? I gotta admit, I love the look on Sayori's face right here. It's just like, ooh, food? Well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. How many people are going to be at this event? How many cupcakes? My wife has done professional baking. It's not as much fun as it sounds. Ah, you're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. You haven't even asked Natsuki. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Wait a minute! We admire her now? We didn't. You just used to talk about how she'd blather on and you'd basically check out. Unlike me, who has the trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. What? I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Ah! I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait! Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Dude, is there a napping club? Somebody please tell me there's a napping club. I want to join. Please. Does our school... Oh, God. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Dude, anime and video games? Heck yeah. Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. Called it. You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. Glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Eh? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. No. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Eh? Sayori glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. Are you seriously commenting on a girl's appearance? Like, it doesn't even matter if it's a girl. It doesn't even matter if it's a girl. Like, unless you're in a job interview, it doesn't matter if somebody's hair is sticking out, their makeup is, like, smudged a little bit or something. Don't do this. Keep your opinion to yourself, because your opinion only matters to you. God. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either, and there's toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my fingers. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's going to tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Yeah. I just want to punch this guy. I just want to punch him. Hey, you meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Ah, God! I just... Hey, guys. Guys who are watching now. Guys who are watching in the future. If you talk like this to women, that is the reason you are single. Serious. Like, God, I feel like my spinal cord just crawled up out of my back and just crawled away to go hide in a dark corner somewhere. Eh? That's super mean. Yes, it is, and he's a jerk. I'm sorry, it is so hard to keep from cursing during this one. I try really hard not to curse on my Twitch at all. I try so hard. It is taking every fiber of my being not to have some very choice words about this individual. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. No, all she's gonna do later is remember how much you traumatized her, you jerk. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Eh? Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Remember family friendly? I know, that's my mantra right now. Just remember, Sean, it's a family friendly stream. It's a family friendly stream. Don't call him that. Okay. Does this thing even fit you properly? This is not that kind of game. It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. I can hear my wife laughing from upstairs. Anyway, you look much better now, so... why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Phew, that's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Dude, she's totally into you in a really unhealthy way, but still. Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Okay, right there, guys. That is a major red flag. No, you need to take care of yourself before you take care of other people. This is called codependency. This is bad. No. Bad Sayori. No. Oh, God. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori? Aw, but I was just joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Eh? Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Sean, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. Wait, I haven't read my own. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. Sorry, I want to read the chat here. Remember, you need to put on your oxygen mask first before you help others put on theirs. Exactly. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. Who should I show my poem to first? Let's start with Sayori. Let's actually start with Sayori. She was really looking forward to reading it. That face. That face is cute. Oh my goodness. This is so good. Eh? I love it. Especially after yesterday's poem. Ugh. You're too honest sometimes, Sayori. No, but really. I want to put this on my wall. Can I? Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. That's kind of how poetry works sometimes. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. That's a little sad. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. What do you mean, maybe even Natsuki's? Natsuki still had good points. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Eh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Sean poem. It's a show 'em. Dun-dun-dun. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. Weird can be cool as long as it's not like creepy codependency. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. And if it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. No, that's pretty much how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah! Me neither! Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah! I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes, when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. She is too precious for this game. And make a nice happy rainbow. Oh my... Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. You're in a literature club, dude. Eh? It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Sean. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Okay, slice of orange. I need to put something in my mouth before I say something. Okay. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles all in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. This girl's got mad depression. Whoa. This is not a happy game. This is not happy. Yeah. Holy crap. That's right. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, it says a lot about you. It says you need help. Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Yeah, because you know what? Honestly, and here, PSA for everybody out there. Depression is not like immediately readable on people's faces. You have no idea what other people are going through. Rule of thumb, be kind to everybody. I don't care if they're a jerk to you. Do your best to be kind because you have zero clue what they're going through. They could be like this. Whew. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. No, you're not! Digging into that more! The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah! Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. That's... Somebody hold me, I'm scared. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself. You'll be dead by the end of this. God, that's what it feels like. I'm just waiting for the shoe. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. Oh, God. No, I don't want you to come give me a hug, because you wanted me to torture myself with this game. So no, you are not coming down and giving me hugs right now. But seeing the passion in your eyes Makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. No, but you should be deeply concerned. Alright, who should I show my poem to next? You know what? Supposedly Yuri had some really good points. The last one. Let's see what you've written for today. Well done. Your skills are already improving. Really? You know what? I don't get to read the poems that I put together. I just had to pick words. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. Eh? It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry too much if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down the thing you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. Okay, sorry. Eyes have to adjust. Okay. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an inordinary human. Unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that the raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feel myself again. She's a cutter! Whoa! Okay, yes, another one. Concern? Yeah, God. Yeah, feed myself. No, I totally got it. I got this one. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I'm sorry, a little. Have you shown it to your therapist? You should. I can see. Oh, excuse me. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. Yeah. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. It's... Yup. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express the vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. If I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things that I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. No, it's not because they're embarrassing. It's because they are... well, yes, they are embarrassing, but they are dangerous as well. And people would make fun of me. No, people would be concerned about you. Don't you have anything like that, Sean? That's a good question. Do I have something like that for myself? I'm not thinking about the character. I'm thinking about me. Huh. I had to think about that one. Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. Best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I'd probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You could hate yourself? I'm sorry, it sounds like you do hate yourself. Let's go to Natsuki. We need some cuteness in here. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I would be completely pissed. Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. Fair enough. You're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But she never really struck me as her type. Sayori as a type, all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? Fluffy? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. The protagonist is a jerk. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. Okay. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. Oh, this ought to be good. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Ooh. Ooh. There is a lot of hate in there. That's ooh. Okay. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. Yeah, you shouldn't be mean to anybody. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Oh, we've only got one left. Hi again. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. All right. I like this one. It makes me think it's something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. But anyway, do you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaninglessness. Or meaningless. Load me. Oh, okay, wait. I think, hold on. Save me. Load me. Save me is not the name of this poem. It's a line of it. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. Keeping my thoughts to myself on that one. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? No, it's not. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of a thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. Okay, so right there, okay, hold on. I can't save right now, can I? Crap. I can't figure out how I saved earlier. Aha! There! Save! We are going to save right now. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. I don't like this. Thanks for listening. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone can come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Hey, neither do I. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sarah has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. What? Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Al, this makes our club in college look way better, dude. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Yeah, Goof Off was... Dude, Goof Off, at least we were never asked to do anything at all. And when I was president, I never forced anyone to do anything. It's just like, hey guys, if you want to join in on stuff, let's go join in on stuff. Not this. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. I thought it was like yesterday. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. Why don't you read somebody else's poetry? You don't have to read your own. If we start the event and each puts on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons. New Horizons is a great game. And having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. This sounds like a cult. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. This still sounds like a cult. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. What? Yes, it is asking somebody to walk in front of a room and express their feelings to a group of strangers. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. All right. Whew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. This is a cult! The peer pressure! It's so much to ask, and consent was the one that... Yeah. I have to read this up close. It's so much to ask, and consent was the one that shouldn't have been too much. Our club would bring DDR stuff to the festival. Yeah, that was true, and that was awesome. I guess I really don't have a choice. Yes, you do! Yes, you do! Guys, if you're in an uncomfortable situation, walk away! Ahaha, that's everyone! You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. I don't like this. I see the future in that statement, and I don't like it. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monica! This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. I don't like this. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands up behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. I need water. 1 second. This game is disarmingly cute, by the way. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. Wait a minute, what about Natsuki? Nobody... What? The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica! Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in a structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. It's up to me! I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew, through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Sean liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Sean. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Sean lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it. You know, I was starting to like her a little bit more, but God. Natsuki, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. Which they already read, didn't they? I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyways. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, in 3 days. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well... Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. Ooh, there's a flag. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. Yeah, see, it doesn't have to be your own. Like, you don't have to tell everybody the deepest, darkest thoughts that you had. Go read Robert Frost. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Ah, yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish playing tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Read a Vogon poem? I need to read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy again. I've listened to the audiobooks, but I really need to like sit down and actually read it. I like the audiobooks though. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club. And impressing Monica. Ooh. Then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Sean. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well... But... I'm gonna shove an orange in my mouth while I'm thinking.
This is terrible. Like, seriously. Like, okay. I have to explain my logic here. Okay. I don't know Yuri that well. So number one, I don't even know if Yuri lives near me. Is it convenient? Like, there's a lot of things to think about here. Number two, does Sayori need me to walk home? Number three, considering even further, just because I'm walking with one person doesn't mean I can't walk with the other person. I've walked in groups before. It's called a crowd. I mean, if they were asking, there would be a reason. I realize that that's what this is, and that's just, I get it, Kat. Like, I understand that that's what it is. It's just, oh. Okay, here's the thing. I don't know Yuri that well. And Sayori, quite frankly, is so dependent on the main character as he is of her. And I hate to, like, feed into this, but this is more like a role-playing decision. So, and I brought this up for people who know that I run, like, Dungeons and Dragons games and stuff like that. This is one of those things where it's like you really have to consider what would the character do, not what I would do. Because I'm trying to play from the perspective of the protagonist, which is a complete jerk. But, admittedly, it is a jerk that is getting a little bit of character development, and also realizes that, like, he kinda takes care of her. So, I'm actually going to say Sayori, because Yuri seems like the kind of girl who could probably take care of herself. She's timid, yes, but once she starts talking, she has that confidence. Sayori, from the character, from the protagonist's point of view, is an airhead who can't even dress herself properly. So, not from my perspective, but from the protagonist's perspective. So I'd go with Sayori. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Eh? But she's so beautiful and smart. She is. Stop discounting yourself. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly. You think about me too much sometimes. You do the same thing. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of weird for Sayori to care so much about... But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Oh yes! Oh my! Who knows what will happen in that time? Okay, normally I do not keep the streams going. I am going to keep the stream going for about 15 minutes at the most. What I'm probably going to do is get through this right here. And then we'll move forward. Like, well, sorry, I'll end the stream after that. Okay, friends. Wait, where's my... There's my thing. It's really hard to see, at least on my TV it is. I just realized on the computer screen it's a lot easier to see. Okay, friends. That sounds good. Raindrops. Pure. Nope, gotta go with games.
Parfait. A tone. Essence. Bliss. Skipping. Pleasure. I'm trying to go for like kind of the first word that really jumps out at me. Dazzle. Prayer. Grief. Melancholy. Afterimage. Extraordinary. Termination. Ambient. Doki Doki. Family. Okay. So we kind of got through that. Okay. So this stream went over a little over 45 minutes longer than I was really expecting it to. We are going to go ahead and we're going to call it here because there's no way I'm getting through that much content in 10 minutes. I'm going to exit what's history? Oh, dude. Oh, it actually gives you a little bit of their conversations. Okay. Okay. So yeah, for now, guys, we're gonna go ahead. What is this? What? Oh, it saves all the poems. Secrets, backgrounds, sketches. Oh. Whoa, they really changed up some of the characters. Like, look how different Yuri looks. Yuri looks way different in that shot. So does Monica. Monica looks very different. Only the other two look relatively similar. And they totally changed the uniforms, too. Huh. This is all kind of... You know what? Hey, let's just kind of like chill. We'll look through some of this stuff for a few minutes. Why not? Okay, normal background. There's that's the existing. That's the artwork. Oh, the chibis. If this wasn't a horror game, I would love to have like a little chibi anime that has the four of them in it. Except I expected they'd murder each other. That is super heckin' cute. And I love that Sayori is looking so lovingly at a cookie. Okay, so we got poems. Wow. Yeah, those poems are special. Okay. Okay. Now that's Sayori. I'm assuming that's supposed to be... Yeah, hairstyles for Sayori. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's kind of cool. And then they got music, I can see. That's kind of nice. Mail. Files?
Side stories. Huh? The side stories are stories of friendship that are unrelated to the events of the main game. To get all 6 side stories, try writing poems for different characters and viewing their special scenes in DDLC. Huh. Alright. That's kind of cool. It's kind of like having a little desktop computer. This is kind of neat. Music volume, language. Alright. Cool. Alright, so, files. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Okay. Well, guys, this has been a fun ride. I'm going to be back again with this game on next Monday. So, the first stream of 2022, we will be back with more Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. This has been, this game has been surprising so far. Yeah, I'm a little thrown off by it a little bit. It's, on one hand, it is what I was expecting. On the other hand, it is not what I was expecting. So I'm liking it. Like, I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun with it. I'm also terrified for where this is headed because, like I said, those poems are really dark. Like, there's a lot of really cryptic imagery being used in their poetry. So, yeah. Fingers crossed that things continue to go well for our little literature club here. But anyways, guys, I am going to cut it here for tonight. Thank you, everybody who was able to show up and watch. Thank you for everybody watching this afterward. We will be back on Wednesday for the final stream of 2021. We will be streaming Cadence of Hyrule, Symphony of the Mask. I think I finally figured out how I'm going to take out that boss. So, fingers crossed that we get to finish that off on Wednesday. At least that particular dungeon. So anyways, thank you guys all so much for watching. Again, we are taking in our donations. These are the last donations for 2021 for today and Wednesday's streams. We are $50 away from our goal for Children's Miracle Network Hospital. So if you or somebody you know would like to donate, link is down below. Feel free to share that out to friends and family, anybody who's interested. We are only $50 away from our year-end goal. So thank you all so much for watching. Love you all. You guys have a great night. Take care.